Good evening, sports fans. Welcome to League 1, Season 14, Week 12, Part 2. For those playing along at home, we had ECU at Navy last night. The Pirates beat the Midshipmen in a 18th century naval battle. And tonight, we have a doubleheader of Virginia Tech at number 3 Syracuse in the Carrier Dome, followed by Indiana, undefeated in their conference, going to Michigan to play at the Big House. So, without further ado, we're going to take a quick look at the roster of the Virginia Tech Hokies with Coach Spectre, the coach of your Syracuse Orange, and then we'll get kicked off.
Hello, sports fans. Coach Spectre here, giving you a quick walkthrough of Virginia Tech. They're led by All-American quarterback Josh Jackson. He's smart, he's quick. His arm strength is only 82 power with 85 accuracy. But you see, he's made mostly good decisions this season. Not asked to do a whole lot in the passing game, only 6 touchdowns. But on the ground, he gets his due. 9 touchdowns rushing, 73 yards a game. A definite weapon. He will take off when available. The starting halfback's out with an injury. That's a good boost to us, but the backup's almost as good. Looks like he's playing pretty well. Not too much of a fullback in their offense, but they do have 3 good, quick wide receivers getting anywhere from 20 to 30 to 50 or 60 yards a game. Tight end involved with about 30 yards a game. The offensive line, an interesting one, on a regular 83 junior left tackle, a weak 70 sophomore left guard. Cannon's out with an injury. That means either Pettit or Hoyt is in, both of them just about as good rating. That is, yes, you read that right, that's a tight end. He's the 3rd string tight end coming in to play offensive line at 267. A center there, could be a right guard there because DeAndre Planton is out. And Pettit and Hoyt will be playing both to fill those 2 gaps in the middle next to that 70 left guard. So bookended around this chaos is 2 good tackles on the outside, left and right. And on defense, they have the bookends covered as well. 2 88 impact players, twins on either side of the tackles for Syracuse's offense. And they bookend Tim Settle, first-round pick of the NFL draft a year ago, a fantastic defensive tackle from Virginia Tech. 99 overall, 90 strength, 94 awareness. The keystone, literally and figuratively, of this defense. You see 95 block shedding is something that really stands out and gives him his rating. Linebackers, you got sophomore Rico Carney, 79, and Devontae Beckett at middle linebacker, along with a freshman 71 right outside linebacker that we're hoping to pick on if possible. Cornerbacks have 2 true corners and safeties playing the slot positions, but looks to be quite capable and certainly with a lot of speed in the defensive backfield. Quarterback of the secondary, Reggie Floyd, the strong safety, is a 90, and he's backed up by Hunter should they go to a 2 strong safety set. Special teams, always a capstone for Virginia Tech. That's where they like to say it was invented. This year, a human being at kicker and an All-American punter. They may have a losing record, but we expect a fight. They've got several good players, and we're just going to try to get through this as best as we can. We wish we were on your side of the screen, folks, listening to the sweet, silky sounds of Coach Ninja, the voice of Syracuse football.
All right, and now we are getting kicked off. Virginia Tech Hokies at the Carrier Dome. The Hokies, an excellent running game, number 45 in the country, and solid pass defense, 63rd in the country, only give up the 60th amount of points per game. The problem is that they're 112th in scoring in the country. On the other side, Syracuse, third in the country in scoring, first against the run. It's a matchup of two teams that don't let their opponents do what, in this case, the other teams seem to prefer to do. A couple of important visits here for the Orange. As you see, Enoisi, Lofton, and Hofrichter, the top three for the home team, and Settle, Floyd, and Jackson, top three for the Hokies. Overcast skies here in the Carrier Dome, but no wind.
Presented by Nissan. Innovation that excites. Syracuse has been hitting on all cylinders the last few games. They've ripped off a string of W's, trying to extend that streak. The key is keeping Big Mo on your side. Thanks for checking out the pregame show. NCAA college football action coming up next with Brad and Kirk on the call. David and I will see you at halftime.
One of the most storied legacies in the history of college football.
I started my coaching career, I had a dream. And every decision that I made, that I will be the head football coach at Syracuse University. Undefeated, untied.
1959 national champions.
Syracuse has scored an undefeated season, and the team carries then Portwalter off the field.
It's going to be the greatest victory that you kids have ever had.
Dozens of the most prolific and impactful players in the game. The first African American to win the Heisman Trophy. 6 members of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. 53 All-America selections.
We need to make this place the hardest place to play in the country. We need you. We need everyone. This is our state, our town, our team, and we gotta win now. Go Orange!
Spanning more than 10 successful seasons and covering the country from California, Ohio, North Carolina, and Virginia. This is League 1 NCAA football.
Don't you let anyone steal history away from you.
Since 1889, this is Syracuse football.
So here comes the offense taking the field for the first time today. They'll spread the field with 5 wide.
3 tight ends on the field, some of them playing line. As Caleb Farley catches the first pass of the game for 9 yards, and Virginia Tech with the hurry-up.
So an empty backfield with 5 wide receivers.
Grimsley comes in motion. And Dalton Keene stiff arms the first defender on the fake jet sweep.
That's the right way to catch a pass. 5 wide.
Chris Cunningham with the 20-yard reception. 3 quick passes for Josh Jackson, 47 yards.
Delivering the ball to the open receiver.
And this time, Dominic Green comes through. Kevin Green, sorry. Comes through for the sack.
Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. And another one gone. Another one gone. Another one bites the dust. Hey, I'm gonna get to 2. Another one bites the dust. Shoot up.
So it's 2nd and 17. Ball on the 35-yard line.
Green doesn't get home this time, but he does rush the pass. It's going to be 3rd and a mile.
Read that defense and make quicker decisions.
Completes it across the middle. And he's taken down at about the 9-yard line.
Pressure gets slipped, and the pass short has space to run for first down. It's now 1st and goal from the 9 as we see more hurry up. And with a couple of shed defensemen, Josh Jackson puts it in for a touchdown.
Big time play, taking that ball all the way in. Maybe the defense wasn't expecting a rush. Virginia Tech up 6. And he converts the extra point. Let's throw it out to Reese now for a studio update.
The Tar Heels and Cavaliers have been fighting it for a long time. The South's oldest rivalry, North Carolina and Virginia. There was some bad blood in this.
Schumacher taking it out of the end zone. Gets to the sideline and is stopped short of the 40. Still a good return for the Orange. Starting in their own 37.
It does, and it continues to help with what they're trying to do. They're trying to find matchups, and when you have one player like this that the defense has got to be aware of, they're going to spread you out, try to find the one-on-one matchup, and if you spend too much time with this one player, they've got some other weapons to make you pay for it.
The quarterback brings his troops out onto the field for the first drive of the game.
Lofton comes in motion left to right. And Tommy Tanuvasa doesn't make the handoff and gets tackled for loss of 2 yards on the attempted triple option.
Right now, it's all speculation. He's just got to play the game.
2nd and 12 now.
35-yard line. Second down.
Looks like a 3-3 under there. Something like it. Custis has space, gets a great spin move, and then his teammate, number 22, decides to be a bit of a roadblock rather than a blocker. But as a great play, big pass for Tommy Tanuvasa on the long 2nd down. Now within field goal range as they come out in the heavy set. Tanuvasa scrambling out. Lofton jukes around his 29-yard touchdown. Now, quick response by the Orange, and it puts the Hokie offense back on the field.
This quarterback right now is in a rhythm, and a lot of that has to do with his preparation.
And a sack, 2nd of the game for Green.
Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. And another one gone, and another one gone. Another one bites the dust. Hey, I'm gonna get to two. Another one bites the dust. Shoot up.
Dalton Keene, 12 yards to get to 3rd and short as Jackson is hit as he throws, gets the pass off, and then it's the 3rd defender that takes down the receiver.
Quick strike to the receiver. He's to the 40. And he's finally knocked out.
It takes a long time to muscle Hezekiah Grimley out of bounds to stop the pass after a 37-yard gain.
Line up with 5 wide receivers.
a lucky throwaway for the Orange there.
From the 31-yard line, it's second down.
Tight end switches from left to right. The pass, 2 yards to Jalen Holston. It's 3rd and long.
They come out in a 5-wide set.
Keene gets just far enough away from the defender for the quarterback to put it over his shoulder and into the basket. 1st and goal from the 3. Holston gets a 2-yard gain up the middle.
Defense in their short yardage package. They can't bring him down.
And 1 yard to the halfback for points. We've had 3 possessions in 4 minutes. All of them for points.
And he adds the extra point. Time for an update from the studio. Reese, what have you got? Looks like they're ready for the kick. He kicks it off, and he got all of that one. He's to the 10. Looking for the corner.
Metcalf with a 29-yard return. Gets to the 25-yard line.
Has to have an ability to answer, and that's exactly what we just saw. One team scores a touchdown, the other team comes right back and puts another touchdown on the board. This is getting exciting.
Shotgun split big here. 2 tight ends, 2 halfbacks. Tanuvasa keeps the ball. He's running for the outside. And they call him short of the 1st down marker after a 9-yard rush.
That can really do it all, Herbie. I mean, he's a dual threat. He can hurt you with his feet and his arm. With this guy, it's PYP. Pick your poison. It's second down now. They're just a few feet away from that 1st down marker.
Mo Neal gets hit at the line of scrimmage, but they don't push him backward. They call that 1st down for Neal on the up-the-gut run.
They'll spread the field with 5 wide.
Tanuvasa doesn't like his looks, scrambles out, passes the down marker. He's tackled after a gain of 16 on the ground. And a quick hurry up by the Orange.
Quarterback all by himself in the backfield with 5 wideouts.
And they go right back to the same play. This time the pass is to Kleinberg out in the flat for a 6-yard gain. Another pass to Kleinberg. This time 11 yards.
Not a real fancy play here, just a smartly run route. Good protection and a well-placed ball. Most times you don't need much more than that.
1st and 10. Ball on the 33. Slings it.
Corner route to Lofton. 21-yard pass on the run by Tanuvasa. Read option, and Tommy Tanuvasa runs it into the end zone and gets a touchdown standing up.
Ranger became the mighty Battle Cat, and I became He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe. Only 3 others share this secret.
Quick pass to Grimsley out in the flat. And no gain as Scoop Bradshaw meets him quickly. It's now 3rd and 6. Back-to-back passes to Grimsley, this one for 14 yards and a first down. You call it a 0-yard rush, but a tackle for loss, giving both the halfback and the defender the benefit of the doubt there. As Green comes through clean to get the halfback from behind. Holston gets away from him that time and gets a 7-yard rush. 3rd and 3.
Scrambling, runs with it, and he's got room. And he's tackled at the 29-yard line. But hold on, we got a penalty on the play. Let's check it out.
Holding offense.
That penalty will move him back a bit.
Yeah, with so many young guys out there, it's bound to happen occasionally.
The holding penalty, it remains 1st and 10, but pushes him back out of field goal range.
From the 41-yard line, first down.
Team tackling stopped Mark Davis after a 4-yard gain. His first rush of the game. The third halfback, the first halfback, is injured.
Empty backfield, quarterback in the gun, 5 wide receivers.
Cunningham comes in motion right to left, but the handoff is to Davis, going left to right. He gets a 3-yard gain.
Out to around the 22, and that's their third first down of the drive.
Mark Davis with first down there after shedding the first tackle. And Josh Jackson just puts it way out the back of the end zone. I'm not sure that Virginia Tech actually has that many tight ends.
10th play of the drive.
It's like playing special teams on their own offense. It's great.
And Jalen Holston, 15-yard gain. That's the end of the first.
We've played one quarter. We're deadlocked right now at 14.
Virginia Tech was unconventional, so.
We're all tied up, and more action coming, hopefully, here in quarter number 2. They're crowding that line of scrimmage.
Holston loses 2 that time.
Defenders continue to exploit the O-line like that. It's going to be a long day for this running back.
We're at the 12th play of the drive.
Caleb Farley, 4-yard gain, is 3rd and goal now from the 6.
Watch out for a pass play when you're in a goal line D.
And Frederick gets up and picks the ball.
Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. And another one gone, and another one gone, another one bites the dust. Hey, we're gonna get to two. Another one bites the dust. Shoot up.
7-yard line. It's first down. Fires out quickly to the tailback. He's taken down.
O'Neal out of the backfield. And the face mask gets another 15 yards on top of the 10-yard reception,
And the defense gives up some free
getting
yards to the offense.
the Orange quite clear of their own end zone. That pass was thrown from their own end zone. They're now snapping the ball from their own 34.
First and 10. Ball on 34. 5 guys will be out in the pattern as they're in the shotgun.
Tanuvasa scrambling.
He airs it out. Missed him.
Great job by the defense at getting after that.
First incompletion of the game for Tommy Tanuvasa.
He appears to be a bit rattled.
Good coverage deep as he tried to extend the play.
Second down, 10 yards to go. Ball on their own 34. Now he tries to buy some time. And he's
A little sidearm pass right into the belly of James Lofton, who holds on to it after getting hit immediately. Kind of had contact before the pass was thrown. Holds on to it. Gets a first down. Another pass to Lofton, this time drag route right to left. Goes 8 yards.
They look to be in sync right now. They're both reading the defense properly, and the result is a nice game.
Bavaro this time. Number 89 gets 4 yards in the first down.
first down, 10 to go. Ball on the 42-yard line.
Metcalf on the angle out of the split big.
Nowhere to go.
Gets a 3-yard gain before being swallowed up.
And this is the 8th play of the drive.
Flexbone now. Tanuvasa in. Metcalf comes in motion. Tanuvasa keeps it.
He gets out to a
Gets a 1-yard gain as there was traffic in the backfield.
It's the 9th play of the drive. Pulls down the catch, and he's got
Angle, 7 yards to Metcalf this time. Gets the first down.
from the 31-yard line. First down. Play fake.
Richards, the fullback, gets a little squirt of a forward pass, and then it's a 2-yard gain.
It's the 11th play of the drive.
And the Orange come out again in the split big. Tanuvasa keeps it. They call it a loss of 1. It's now 3rd and 10.
And this This is the 12th play of the drive.
Tanavasa doesn't like his looks, but likes the green space on the right side of the field. He gets a 17-yard gain on the ground before being chased out of bounds.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 14.
Spread flex now. Neal in the backfield gets the handoff and a 6-yard gain on the ground. Halfway through the second now.
And this is the 14th play of the drive. The quarterback in the gun, empty backfield, 5 wide receivers in the
Tanavasa doesn't like it, goes for the scramble and gets the touchdown. And Syracuse turns the red zone interception into points to get their first lead of the game with Pie left to go in the second.
They line up to kick this one away. And he got all of this one. Great kick. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback. An interception cut this offense last drive short, so I think they're going to be looking for a little more success right here.
Anytime you give the ball away, it's a disappointment. So these guys want to show.
Reed on the screenplay, tackle for loss, 4-yard loss for Jalen Holston.
From their own 21-yard line. Second down.
Spread flex of their own for the Hokies. Delayed handoff. Jalen Holston breaks the first tackle, but only gets 1 yard. It's now 3rd and long. Another screen to Holston, another tackle for loss. Number 65 with the legs to keep up. Butts. And the Hokies go 3 and out. And will return the ball, punt the ball off to the Orange just over 2 minutes. Schumacher on his own 30. The punt team sheds a blocker. It's a short return for Schumacher. 2:01 and 3 timeouts starting on their own 37. We see the 5 wide from the Orange. Tight coverage. Custis gets a step on his defender and then slips through to get the first down as the clock is live at the placement of the ball. Tanavasa scrambles out. He looks downfield but doesn't have the time or the space to throw it with the pursuing Hokies. So he keeps the ball and gets 14 yards on the ground. Looking forlornly at the receiver who was free and clear. Custis breaks a couple of tackles and after a spin move gets 12. And hurry up now from the Orange out of the 5 wide set.
Syracuse is up 7.
Kleinberg in the right slot. Free and open for the touchdown.
When the East
two teams hate each other.
That's a score with a minute 32. That took 40 seconds for Syracuse to go downfield after the punt. Up by 2 score now. Patterson takes the knee. Virginia Tech have a chance to respond, starting their own 25 with minute 32 and 3 timeouts.
Here we go with the offense ready to get things going again.
Shotgun normal halfback weak. Another screen. This time the defense isn't quite there for it.
He's to the 40. Across midfield.
And shedding one defender, Holston gets a 35-yard gain before the safety slows him down.
When this tailback gets in the open field, woo, good luck trying to stop him.
We see hurry up from the Hokies. Tight end switches from left to right. It's a short pass to Keene. Weaves his way through. 7-yard gain and a timeout by Virginia Tech.
That's how you catch a football.
Second down, and they're going to need about 3 yards to pick up the first down.
Evan Foster jumps in and gets a hand to deflect the curl. Clock stops at 1:10. 3rd and 3. Attempted left outside run is a tackle, results in a loss for Holston. It's 4th and 6 from the 36. They're going to try a long field goal here.
Very long field goal attempts.
And it is wide left, not even hook, just straight left. Just straight ahead. Just put his leg through it and it went straight from the left hash. That's a turnover on downs. 36-yard line, 102, and 2 timeouts now for the Orange.
6 points and a pretty display of passing was a result of
I'd really dearly quite like to make it a 3-score
to take a different approach here. When this
lead before halftime. Lofton, the wide receiver and playing tight end, 12 yards and steps out of bounds as the defense is playing deep, keeping everything in front of them. And Lofton says, okay, I'll take it. 4 seconds, 12 yards, 2 yards short of enemy territory with 58 seconds left to go in the half. 2 timeouts.
1st and 10. All on the 48-yard line.
Tanuvasa in the eye again. Same thing to Lofton. This time he stays in bounds. But that works when your whole team is red hot. Live clock, 1st and 10. Mo Neal up the gut, 5-yard gain. Syracuse calls a timeout on their opponent's 32. Tanuvasa has to scramble out to wait and extend the play long enough for Lofton to get the space that he needs. But he makes the throw on the run and the catch, and Lofton tackled in bounds inside the 15. Sorry, just at the 10, they say. With the first down, the clock is going to go live at the spot of the ball, the 27-second marker. Shotgun normal now. The clock has started. Handoff to Neal. He gets 4 yards up the gut. Clock continues to move. 20 seconds. Hurry up here. And that's a read option to Tanuvasa. He gets stumbled by his own guy. It's 3rd and goal now from the 9. third and goal now, 9 seconds on the 4. The Orange have no timeout after this play.
Quarterback all by himself in the backfield with 5 wideouts. Now he's scrambling. Here they come.
And it takes some deft maneuvering, but Tanuvasa wheels around. It's now a 3-score game.
Nice job by the offense to get the final few yards to the end zone.
You can hate me now, I won't stop, but I won't stop now. Can't stop, 'cause I can't stop now. You can hate me, you can hate me now. I hate you too, but I won't stop now. Come on, you can hate me now, 'cause I can't stop now. Come on, you can hate me now. You can hate me, do it now. You can hate me now. Do it now, told you, do it now. Let's go.
They might just want to squib this one. Only a few seconds left here before halftime. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback. Things are on the verge of getting out of hand before we even hit the half. These next few drives are going to go a long way in determining what kind of game this will end up being.
Jalen Holston runs the ball to end the quarter.
Syracuse got a 3-touchdown advantage.
It's 35-14 at the half.
Hi, everybody. Glad to have you with us on the EA Sports NCAA Football 14 halftime show presented by Nissan. Innovation that excites. Reese Davis, David Pollack here in the studio as always to lend a little perspective to what just went down in the first 30 minutes. Both these offenses were off the chains in the first half. Defenses were completely powerless. David, you know I'm your biggest fan. I believe you're going to be a Hall of Famer someday. Great defender, but every game wasn't perfect. I remember a freshman game that you had at Georgia against Florida. Gators kind of got it rolling. What's that like for a defense out there when you feel like they're a step or 2 or 3 ahead of you all the time?
Well, it's frustrating, and a lot of times you don't have the answers. I mean, you sit there and you try new things, and you try the stuff you tried all during the week, and nothing works. And then you try something else, and it doesn't work. And sometimes it's just that the better players are on offense, and their scheme's firing at a new level or a different level than you are, and you can't keep up. But you got to find some kind of positive. You got to make some kind of big play. So you get that coach on the other side, maybe throwing his visor a little bit or getting upset. Like, okay, we didn't get to do it, yeah.
I like that big man. I got ball plays going to work. David and I will stay locked in on everything going on in college football. Going to wrap it up here in the studio. Just about time to get you out to your second half. Brad and Kirk ready with a call.
A quick look at your halftime stats. It is 35-14. Syracuse leads 16-9 in first downs and 344-248 in total offense. Twice as much running as the Hokies do, 98-42, on a similar number of attempts. 18 for 19 passing for 2 touchdowns, 246, versus 15 for 20 for 206 and no touchdowns. The Orange are 100% on their 3 third down attempts. The Hokies are 5 for 8 on theirs. It's 1 pick in the red zone and a very even time of possession.
Yeah, that's surprising.
Both teams have been moving the ball quickly, regardless of otherwise. Tommy Tanuvasa, 18 for 19, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, 94%, gets a rating of 238.2. Jackson, on the other hand, is 15 for 20, 1 interception, no touchdowns, 206 yards. That's a 75%, respectable, but it's that one interception. That hurts him, and he gets a 151.5. On the ground, Holston has 10 for 27. Jackson himself has 3 for a total of -3. And Davis 3 for 18, with the best average of the bunch. Tanuvasa, 11 attempts, about half of them scrambles on the ground for 82 yards, 3 touchdowns. At least one scramble, I think 2 options. Mo Neal, 4 gives, 4 yards each for a total of 16 yards. Through the air, Lofton has 7 for 119 and a touchdown, followed by Custis, 3 for 63, and Kleinberg, the tight end, 3 for 36 and a touchdown. The Hokies spreading it around, 4 receptions for Holston, the halfback, 4 for Grimsley, 4 for Keene. Holston is 4 for 31. Those are mainly screen passes. Some of them have been stopped short, but some of them have gone for big gains. As you can see, he's got a total of 31 yards and a long of 35. That means between his other 3 receptions, he lost 4 yards total. Grimsley, on the other hand, has a 19-yard average and a 16-yard average for Keene. Defensive side, Hunter leads with 6 tackles and 1 tackle for loss for the Hokies, whereas Syracuse, Green leads with 5 tackles, 4 for loss, 2 sacks, and the pick is by Frederick, who has 4 solo tackles as well. And that is your halftime score. As you can see, Virginia Tech, the first to put points on the board at the beginning of the game, and response before the interception gave the ball to the Orange halfway through the second, and then the second was all Syracuse. Kick off again in just a second. Thank you for joining us. League 1, Season 14, Week 12, Part 2.
Set to start the third quarter. We've got a 2nd and 11. Ball on their own 23. Now he tries to buy some time. Tries to get around the corner.
Tanuvasa, with tons of space, eventually forced out of bounds after a 31-yard gain.
And the Heisman hopeful shows us that he can run as well as pass.
He's so gifted. Not only can he throw the ball, he has the ability, as he saw here, of tucking it in and really hurting defenses.
see now how the defense responds to giving up the gain on the run.
Shotgun split big here. And the quarterback keeper can't find a gap through the defense, has to follow his blockers as they push the defense downfield 6 yards. Thanks. Second and 4 now for the Orange. Hand off to Mo Neal. An excellent block by 42 gets Mo Neal first down. Tanavasa, not liking any of his passing options, takes the ball upfield for 6 yards. A clean lane gives Mo Neal a gain of 8. First and goal from the 8.
Here's the 8th play of the series. They spread the field in the gun with 5 wide receivers. He's on the run. He's taken down right around the 2-yard line.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
The first and goal gives fantastic down and distance to the Orange. First and goal from the 1 after the face mask.
It's first down, and they'll be looking for 6 points here. 5 wide.
So quarterback keeper. The Hokies not expecting the run out of the 5 wide shotgun.
That is his 4th touchdown on the ground. This has been quite a game for him.
This guy's been so good today. This quarterback has so much athletic ability.
Move up the side and let the man go through. Let the man go through. Move up the side and let the man go through. Let the man go through. Move up the side and let the man go through. Let the man
That's a big deal for the Syracuse Orange. They love seeing that result. Undefeated Georgia loses to number 9 Auburn. Moves number 3 to good position, hoping for the national title if they can remain undefeated.
He kicks it off, and he got all of that one.
I got you covered there, Coach.
Here's the halfback on the screen. They'll bring him down at the 29.
Second man makes the tackle on the screen. The first man did a great job to dodge blockers to slow down Holston on the screen.
Oh, man.
As the Hokies in a hurry now, down by a lot.
He scrambled.
Quarterback scramble, takes some hits and eventually slides. Down 42 to 14. You got to believe that the Hokies
What the defense does with a 5 wide outlook.
are all about getting some now. Another scramble. Slides down after 8 after 2 guys can't adjust to the quarterback.
They'll spread the field with 5 wide.
Grimsby in a head-on collision after a 6-yard catch. Against this heavy pass, we continue to see the quarter from the Orange. Grimsley over the middle. 22 yards to Hezekiah. It is unusual to see an Amish player in the NCAA, but Hezekiah, representing the Pennsylvania Dutch with pride.
Second and 9. Ball on the 23-yard line.
He started playing football on his Rumspringer and couldn't give it up. Jonathan Pollard this time, I believe his first reception of the game for 11 yards as the Hokies getting something working on this hurry up and pass defense. Two passes to Pollard, a first down and a touchdown. And that moves it back to a 3-score game after this extra point. And it was a really good pass into a really narrow corner. I don't necessarily blame the safety that badly for covering the other 90% of his responsibility pretty damn well. Schumacher takes it out of the end zone. Solid blocking on the left side. He's by most of it. There is a flag on the field as Schumacher is going to run all the way down to the end zone. He's getting his cardio in for the day. And that is a 91-yard penalty.
See this offense again after what you, Kirk, called a very physical touchdown drive.
Well, I say that, Brad, because the big hog mollies up front were able to create holes for the running game, and it helped them get the score. Let's see if they can do it again.
And down he goes, right around the 6-yard line.
Tanavasa making the wrong read on the triple option. Loses 3 yards.
Ball on the 6.
Backing him up against his own end zone, and the shotgun ace here. Metcalf, the angle, holds onto it and manages to fall over the tackle rather than under for an extra about 2.5 feet. Makes it third and much more manageable at 3.
A quarterback in the gun with 5 receivers.
Custis gets 2 yards, 2 feet, 10 inches. But gets double teamed. Can't fall forward for the inches he needs for the first down. 4th and inches, and the Orange are going to spend one of their 12 options here. No pass that they like, and they run with Tanuvasa for the first.
You can get it if you really want. You can get it if you really want. You can get it if you really want, but you must try. Try and try. Try and try. You'll succeed at last. I know it.
28. Makes it to the 37.
Did you see how much space there was for that tailback up front? He better be thanking his offensive lineman for that.
5 wide now. Tanuvasa scrambling out, throwing deep into space. Lofton adjusts his angle to come under it and get 27 yards.
This is the 8th play of this drive. Pass out to the tight end, but it's incomplete.
Number 22 was the intended receiver on the play. 3rd down.
And this is the 10th play of the drive.
Tanuvasa passing on the run, doesn't make it that time, but follows up with a handoff to the fullback for 1 yard. Make the 3rd down conversion. Tyrell Richards.
From the 21-yard line. 1st down.
Tanuvasa in the eye. No tight ends this time. Metcalf on the angle, 10 yards. They call it inches. 22 seconds remain in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if the Orange want another play. It's 2nd and inches. Every coach's favorite down and distance. We do see Tanuvasa under center in the eye now. Wide open to Lofton. In the end zone.
And he adds the extra point. A 12-play, 92-yard drive. And they come away with a touchdown.
49-21 after the Orange response.
He sends this one deep. And it sails out of the end zone for a touchback. Syracuse coaching staff's got to be excited. Their game plan was to get it in this guy's hands, and they've done a great job of it.
Well, they've done a really good job of getting the football, and they've come up with a variety of ways of putting the ball in his hands. And I think you combine the scheme with this young man's abilities, it's no wonder he's having such a big game.
In the shotgun and 5 wide out.
And the blitzing linebacker forces the throwaway. 2nd and 10 to end the 3rd.
And we reach the end of 3, and this game is all but decided.
Jackson with time. Frederick stops short. And that's a 50-yard completion to rescue the Hokies. And the screen gets pushed out of bounds after a 0-yard gain. Continuing with the hurry-up are the Hokies. Down by 28 points. It's another screen. This time it gets blown up for a loss. Almost got a hand on it, Derek Thomas. I like big butts, and I cannot lie. We might have to make a sound effects for him. We definitely would if he was in a position like Green is. If he was a blitzing linebacker. They called it, pass got off, but it's now 4th and 15. They're going to go for it. Frederick gets his hands up, but gets hit in the forearms, but it's good enough. It's a turnover on downs. In fact, probably better field position than if he had caught the ball. Tommy Tanuvasa now with 6:36 to go in the 4th. Into Lofton in space. He stays in bounds. He spins around his own man locked in combat for, I think, about a 36-yard gain. It's now the opponent's 35.
First down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 35, 5 wide.
16-yard pass to Adley Anoisi. He has to come back for it after it's underthrown dangerously on the run to the zone, just over the head of the zone player. Playing in that flat zone. And that, I believe, is number 3 for James Lofton. Another pass on the run for Tanuvasa. This time, Lofton in all the green space with all the angles in the world. In classic New York Jets fashion, a butt sack right there. It's not quite the butt fumble. What? Not quite the New York Sack Exchange either. Although that might be a good nickname for your linebacking core. Kevin Green, board member in good standing of the New York Sack Exchange.
concentration lapse right there. The coaches will be giving them an earful for it, too.
But I figured that gives me a little bit extra license to occasionally be upset when I don't feel it's warranted in the call. Because I'll call myself out.
From their own 38-yard line. First down. They spread the field in the gun.
4 wide receivers lined up left. And Green forces the throw just into the grass in front. Leon with the great suggestion of getting the sound effect of the closing bell.
I like it. Ding, 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 ding. Yep.
I might, you know what I'm gonna have to do? I'm gonna have to go and I'm gonna get the closing bell sound effects specifically from Trading Places. Dan Aykroyd, Eddie Murphy.
No, I remember the movie. I just can't remember the bell. Yeah, we were talking.
I love that movie.
I'll have to watch that again. It's been a while.
I believe it's streaming. We can watch that tonight. Another deflection for Franklin as they keep trying to go to that long pass on the sideline. Frederick, I am sorry. I apologize. Second and 10 now.
From their own 49-yard line. Second down.
There we go. Speak of the devil, the New York Sack Exchange and the closing bell.
Another one bites the dust, and another one gone, and another one gone, another one bites the dust. Hey, gonna get to do, another one bites the dust.
If your financial advisor told you to go long on Green and short on quarterbacks, you're making money tonight. I have so many financial puns I can make now. It's a shed tackle and space to maneuver. Holston, they call it a first down. Defense playing the pass, gave up the run. 4:40 to go in the quarter. And another sack.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
This is the 9th play of this drive. And a quick throw. They'll get him for a loss.
And another loss on the screen. Good defensive coverage by Green and the rest of the defense.
They read it from the get-go.
Here they come. Throws in a hurry. Oh, great catch. To the 20. Brought down.
And that's a miracle pass to Phil Patterson. A rough switch causes a defensive miscue. Run to Holston. Good run blocking. And muscle. I mean, that's something that the receivers and the halfbacks all game have been doing a great job of stiff arming. Absolutely great job. It's kept them in the ball, in the game to the extent that they're in the game.
Right. Tough DT football, man.
Yeah. 1 yard gain, 2nd and goal.
Picks up a yard. Syracuse is going to take their first time out of the hat.
They're making the point that get a lot of Virginia boys try to get local talent.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know that as I say,
They come out in a goal line set. He's got the corner. I'm pretty sure they won't win it, but they haven't quit yet. The halfback just plowed his way into the end zone.
proximity to home is a big deal.
Offensive lineman just pancaked the defense on that one.
Boy, and that took some second effort against that goal line defense. He makes the PAT. Reese Davis joins us in the studio with this update. Reese?
Let's take a peek at the ACC and Purdue. They remain red hot. The Blue
Yeah, I see it.
Devils
28-21
win it
in
big.
overtime. Purdue over Nebraska.
Reese, we're in the midst of a blowout, my friend.
Penn State v. Ohio
The
State.
kicking team has their hands team on the field, but the return team doesn't. Virginia Tech is
Onside kick now for Virginia Tech. And it is recovered. It actually didn't look like it was recovered by anybody.
No, yeah, it's rolling.
But they called the play dead with Virginia Tech having the ball.
Wow.
This offense's best bet seems to be to keep the ball on the ground.
Well, when you come out to the quarterback and you don't get there, it usually leaves somebody open, or at least some space to work with. Bad play overall by the offense.
Couple of weird plays here in the fourth.
That does not want to step up. It's hilarious. It's awesome. Oh my God.
My color commentary, Charles Barkley, having a laugh riot in the booth.
Exactly.
For Green, he's equal the NCAA record for most sacks in a single game.
And the clock now moves under 3 minutes.
Less than 3 minutes in the game.
Jackson with a little bit of time to go long into triple coverage.
Hey, I know he dropped it, but the safety put himself in a
And another deflection. It's now 4th and 17, and we're going to see a punt formation? Question mark? The computer teams are not obligated to less than 12 onside kicks.
Gets it away. This is a really nice
Yeah, 4th downs. I'm sorry. Schumacher with tremendous maneuverability. Great maneuverability all around. Just absolutely moving through the field. Blue flags everywhere for Schumacher.
with him making plays the way he did today
It's 1st and 10 now from the opponent's 24.
on their side.
They got into the end zone last time. Let's see if they can match that on this possession.
This quarterback right now is in a rhythm. And a lot of that has to do with his preparation. You can see right
Tanuvasa with a long scramble from the left hash to the right corner for the touchdown.
And he converts the extra point.
No, Kaz, I am your good friend, Coach Ninja, Six Gun Ninja. I am the voice of Syracuse football, but not the coach of Syracuse football. I'm the coach of the Navy midshipmen. Coach Spectre is the coach of the Syracuse Orange. So that is, yes, the human player this evening is Syracuse. But I am not him, because it is very difficult to do both play-by-play and play the game at the same time.
I don't know if I've seen anybody play with this kind of effort all year long. And at some point, this offense is going to have to start to make some adjustments, because this guy's all over the field. You better double team him or maybe even triple team him. Anything you can do to slow him down and give yourself a chance.
Grimsley out in the flat, and it's a 4-yard and is tackled inbounds. And Virginia Tech continuing the hurry up, trying to do something about this, I can't do simple math at this point, lead. We're going to call the lead Y. The lead is Y. Solve for Y yourself. 35 points, I'm told. In 25 seconds, they need 35 points. They need 1.2 points per second. That is difficult. Yes. Well, if they had 1.21 gigawatts, they might have, had a team that could have kept up with the pace, the 88-mile-an-hour pace of the Syracuse Orange. Schumacher under the punt. He's dodging, defended. Ooh, there's a... Ooh, they might let that stand. He ran into him rather than blocked him. He didn't knock him down. Like, the side's okay, and he's like, he didn't push the guy. He just, and he hit him in the back with his own chest. He just ran into him. Like, that's evidently not a penalty. I think he could have read his name, but I also think that he didn't put his hands up.
He didn't push him to the ground.
Lofton, 11 yards out of bounds, 6 seconds to go in the game as we see the Syracuse attempting to twist the 7th knife that is in the Hokies' back. One second to go in the game. Oh, and it's off by a couple of yards, and Davini Diablo almost gets the pick. It was a tight game through the first quarter, but the red zone pick in the beginning of the second quarter turned the game, and Tommy Tanuvasa turned on the Jets with a great performance. 406 yards passing, 156-yard rushing. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is a greater than 550-yard individual game. And nine touchdowns. Kleinberg had a great game. Is he your what? Second tight end or first? Because Anoysi's your first.
They're tied, but I'm trying to use him more than Bavaro because I'm going to save Bavaro.
Oh, okay. Is Bavaro younger? And Anoysi is another physical receiver that you put in at tight end because you haven't made the transition to actually using true tight ends yet. All right. Well, thank you for joining us for watching that impressive Syracuse Orange effort against Virginia Tech here in the Carrier Dome. We will be resuming our doubleheader in 15 or so minutes with Indiana going to the Big House. Indiana currently undefeated in the Big Ten in general or just the East?
Oh, in general.
Indiana undefeated in the Big Ten, going against a powerhouse Michigan team. This is a game that will do a lot to decide who wins the East in the Big Ten. So join us for that shortly as we have a double header for you this evening. It is Week 12, Part 2. Navy played last night, lost to another user team, the ECU Pirates, in a fantastic close-run affair, remnants of the battle between. Oh crap! I can't remember the name of the French ship in Master and Commander. No, it's not the Lusitania. No, it's because the British ship is the HMS Surprise.
USS Maine.
And the French ship, I think, is the
Merrimack.
You are not being helpful. Maybe the Revenge. Oh no! Thank you, Leon. Leon knows this. It's the Acheron. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you for the help there, Leon. All right, we'll take a quick intermission and we'll be back soon. We've got sound.
We got 4 more spots.
Ooh, we have a little bit of recruiting. You want me to hide this? All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, after a brief halftime show. A rare bird's eye view into the recruiting world of League 1 as Coach Cwac takes a look at the remaining options for his recruiting class. Recruiting class is limited to a total of 15 recruits, 5 of which can be 74 or above. We do this to maintain competitive balance with the computers, who are not nearly as good at recruiting as we are. We will be kicking off shortly with Game 2 of the doubleheader, that is Part 2 of Week 12 of League 1 Season 14. A special edition with Indiana playing live on Twitch. Trademark. That isn't mine. Against a very good opponent in the Michigan Wolverines at the Big House. All right then. You've got a little bit of time. In fact, you haven't. You have a road game. You don't have to schedule them. You've got until the spin of the week. But in the meantime, number 20, 7-2 Michigan against the 6-3 Indiana Hoosiers.
Michigan 6-1 in the Big Ten. Indiana 6-0.
This is a 90 overall versus a 99. 91 offense, 99 offense, 88 defense, 99 defense. The Wolverines, 99, 99, 99. Michigan Wolverines, number 12 in the country in points per game, number 13 in the country in rushing yards per game, and number 12 in the country in rushing defense. We clearly know what they like to do, but even the things they don't like to do, they're still pretty good at. Passing 67, still pretty damn good. Whereas the Indiana Hoosiers, we see a team that is all about that defense. Number 8 in the country in yards against, number 5 in the country in rushing yards against. They keep the yards low, they keep the points low, and that allows their 30.7 point per game average to edge out their 27.8 defensive points given up average by, it looks like, just about 3 points a game. 6-0 in the Big Ten versus 6-1 in the Big Ten. This is a game that matters. Could decide the East. You see the top players for the Wolverines. 97 overall kicker. A long field goal of 49. He's very good, Mr. Norton. Patterson, 96 overall. Excellent quarterback, protected by a 94. C. Ruiz. 18 pancakes, only 4 sacks allowed. On the other side, another special teamer in the top 3, Whitehead, with a great leg for the punter. And Martin and Ellison round out 2 offensive players for the Hoosiers as the top 3. Both teams' top 3 is an offensive ball carrier, ball toucher, person who handles the ball, a lineman, and a kicker, and a leg. Should be an exciting game. Singleton, the middle linebacker, questionable. He will play at, probably 90%. questionable, might not play.
Because in either game, life or football, the margin for error is so small. I mean, one half a step too late or too early.
Jim Harbaugh, coach of the Michigan Wolverines.
1/2 second too slow, too fast, you don't quite catch it. The inches we need are everywhere around us. They're in every break of the game, every minute, every second. On this team, we fight for that inch. On this team, we tear ourselves and everyone else around us to pieces for that inch. We claw with our fingernails for that inch. Because we know when we add up all those inches, that's gonna make the fucking difference between winning and losing. Between living and dying. I'll tell you this, in any fight, it's the guy who's willing to die who's gonna win that inch. And I know if I'm gonna have any life, it's because I'm still willing to fight and die for that inch. Because that's what living is. The 6 inches in front of your face. Now I can't make you do it. You gotta look at the guy next to you. Look into his eyes. Now I think you're gonna see a guy who will go that inch with you. You're gonna see a guy who will sacrifice himself for this team because he knows when it comes down to it, you're gonna do the same for him. That's a team, gentlemen.
Spanning more than 10 successful seasons and covering the country from California, Ohio, North Carolina, and Virginia, this is League One NCAA football.
Out the back of the end zone, the Wolverines will start on their own 25. In 11 personnel, it looks like. We see 4 down linemen here from the Hoosiers. Collins out in space. The cover 0. Broken tackle. Safety Riggins coming in. Can't slow Nico Collins down enough. He had the corner route and beat the man. That's one play, 1 pass, 1 touchdown.
It makes for an easy completion when you've got a guy who's that wide open. And he converts the extra point. The kicker looks like he's ready to kick this one off. Sends it sailing downfield.
The Wolverines kicker puts it right in the middle of the letters, and the Hoosiers decide we're not going to try and return that. They get a touchback of their own.
Anytime you're out on the road and you're playing in a hostile environment, this kid is really cool under pressure, and no matter how loud this crowd's going to get today, I don't think he's going to have much of a problem of blocking them out and playing his game.
So here comes the offense taking the field for the first time today.
Tight end and the halfback lined up left. We've got 4 down linemen. Looks like 3 linebackers. Handoff to Majette. Mike Majette, the halfback for the Hoosiers, gets a 1-yard gain.
We've got a 2nd and 9 here. Ball on the 26.
Ramsey in the shotgun. Majette flanked to his right. No tight end. 4 wide receivers. And Ramsey, they called an incompletion. It's going to be 3rd and 9. Nobody was open quick enough. And the defense got into the backfield lickety-split.
the 26-yard line. It's third down. They come out of
Empty spread, 4 down linemen on 3rd and 9. Ramsey letting the clock go, scrambling.
He's scrambling.
Ooh, throws it into coverage. And there were open receivers, but that was off target and to a guy on the wrong side of a receiver. Oh, sorry, of a defenseman. And it's a pick on the 39-yard line. Collins in space, 31 yards. Pushed out of bounds. 1st and goal now from the 2.
The quarterback and this receiver are clearly in a zone and feeling it today.
Goya defense.
It's first down, and they come to the line with a 1st and goal.
We see a bunch offense and a goal line defense that's handoff. And he goes outside, Kareem Walker, 2-yard run for the touchdown. It's a 14-point lead now for Michigan. It's a minute and a half into the game.
And he hits the PAT.
Deep in the end zone and out the back. The Hoosiers going to get another chance.
One of the great traditions of college football is this defense and the way they play with such passion and enthusiasm in this environment. We're seeing that again today.
We'll have to see now how the offense responds this time after throwing a pick on their
3 down linemen, this time against the spread flex. Looks like Indiana is doing a read option. Ramsey makes the right read, but the defender gets off his blocker fast enough to get a tackle for loss. 2nd and 11 now.
A little bit more room to get to that second level.
It's 2nd down and 11 to go. Ball on the 24.
Ramsey scrambling to Philor, who has space on the slant. Great moves after for the big 35-yard gain.
But the defense has to change things up. They've got to put more pressure on this quarterback.
Westbrook in motion before the snap. Ooh, goes to the tight end 10 yards deep, and it's deflected off of the backside of a real tight cover linebacker. Excellent play there by the Wolverine to keep tight coverage. 2nd and 10 now on the 40. I think that's a team from Texas.
2nd down and 10 to go. Ball on the 40.
2 halfbacks now in the shotgun backfield. The Handoff is to Majette. That's a 5-yard gain on second down, makes it third and manageable. That was clearly not what the Wolverines expected. A great play call by the sideline. Call it really 5.5.
They'll line up with 5 wide receivers.
Ramsey back in the 5 wide, and Westbrook has space. The double move, and then he adjusts. Thankfully, the ball is thrown ahead of him, not only ahead of him, but downfield ahead of him, so he can move further downfield before the tackle. Great heads up, smart, good passing, good play, a good pick against that defense. That defense was not prepared to defend the flat there against a 3rd and 5.
First and 10. Ball on the 25-yard line.
Majette gets 0 yards into the flat as the defender keeps the halfback on the wrong side of him.
Second down, 10 to go. Ball on the 25.
Empty formation now for Ramsey. Feiler and Freifogel in the slots. Ramsey, with a great timing on the scramble out and perfect throw. The defense committed to the scramble, and he threw just a little bit of, like the kind of pass that you throw when you're playing monkey in the middle. You're like just over the guy for 10 yards and a first down. Great play.
10 to go. Ball on the 13-yard line. He fights forward to
Majette, 3 yards on first down. Actually, you know what? I think that might be the most productive first down yet for Indiana this game. Last 3 or 4, they've all been zeros. So, or losses. And you know what they say in the Big Ten, the conference that is 3 yards in a cloud of dust. On first down, 3 yards is a win. Majette in the backfield to the right of Ramsey. Ooh. And a bad throw into coverage gets picked off in the red zone by Anthony, his second pick of the game. Risky pass gets picked off by the linebacker for your second time.
From their own 20-yard line.
They say that Anthony never got out of the end zone, therefore it's a touchback. Starts on the 20. And Mustafa Muhammad stopped for a 2-yard gain. Good defense. The Hoosiers behind in the momentum battle right now. And this time Kareem Walker gets hit after a 2-yard gain. It's 3rd and 6 now. Allen Matthews with a huge deflection, a great defensive play, forces the 3 and out that Indiana needed badly. Down 14, giving up a pick in the red zone.
Well, you talk to offensive coordinators about that, and they'll say we've got to find our go-to guy. Who are our players?
3 and out gives decent field position on their own 37 now. Down by 2 scores, Indiana has all the time in the world,
They threw a pick the last time out. Should be interesting to see what
as long as they're careful.
The game is in danger of getting out of
Shotgun split now.
Very, very important that they not only hang on to the football.
Hand off to Majette. Majette can't quite break the edge before the speed gets there.
Good job by the junior linebacker to read the
It's 1 yard gain, 2nd and 9.
from their own 39-yard line. It's 2nd down.
Patience in the pocket, seeing that the right things were there. Donovan Hale, 13-yard reception on 1st down. Great vision by Ramsey. He saw that all he needed to do was wait for the souffle to rise, and he did it. Majette, another run out of the backfield in the split, gets 1 yard.
Second and 9. Ball on the 47-yard line.
In enemy territory, they've got 11 personnel, but they're going to line up empty.
5 wide receivers.
Westbrook, brilliant, wide open. 2 steps ahead of the coverage. A man beater like nobody ever saw. Westbrook gets 10 yards and a 1st down. I feel like I want to make Westbrook jokes with basketball, but I don't know enough about Westbrook.
Michael Westbrook was the 4th overall pick in '92 when we won the Super Bowl. And they said that giving Joe Gibbs Michael Westbrook was like giving a shark a prosthetic arm. And Michael Westbrook was a hell of a bust at wide receiver for the 4th pick.
Okay, it's like I didn't, I'll be honest, I don't know a lot about the Washington Redskins in 1994. So it's like I don't know what this analogy means.
We haven't picked 4th very often.
Yeah, neither have the Patriots. Letting the clock wind down.
Yes.
Wide open, another to Westbrook, 5 yards this time on 1st down. Nick Westbrook making his money this week.
It's way early in this football game. Score here. Get back in business.
From the 32-yard line, it's 2nd down.
Ramsey scrambling out. Oh! All the patience in the world to Donovan Hale for a fantastic play.
The key part of that was actually pre-snap. The slide protection to the right.
This
Needed the audible the entire offensive line.
From the 13-yard line, it's first down.
Yeah, that last play was incredible. Indiana, led by Coach Cwac, called a slide protection prior to the snap and slid all of his offensive linemen to block to the right side. And he knew because of that he could roll to the right and have an extra half a second. So he anticipated having an extra second because of pre-snap reads and preparations, catching them off guard, and because he knew he would have an extra half a second, was able to make that deep throw right at the sideline and wait on his wide receiver to get open. It was the subtleties like that that's next level coaching. That's second, third level.
Spread flex now. Majette in the backfield. He gets the handoff. He gets a 2-yard gain on 2nd and 3 to make it 3rd and very manageable at 1. In the red zone, it is the 4-yard line. 3rd and 1.
And this is the 9th play of the current drive.
Indiana in a shotgun normal. We see 4 down linemen that are very spread out. Defensive end way left of the tackle. The handoff is to Majette.
I was hoping you were doing that. They do the hot route left off stick to get the run boost.
And
run up the gut.
Runs right into that gap that the defense was signaling. Says, you know what? I'm going to take that. I'm going to get 4 chances at a touchdown from 1 yard. I want it. I'm going to get it. Strong left this time. Majette, stand up touchdown. Makes it a 1-score game after the 3 and out.
In the studio with this update. Reese?
Minnesota and Wisconsin squaring off for Paul Bunyan's axe. These two teams hate each other. Hate is such a strong word, but it really fits here. And for Penn, he's barreled into.
So with 5:18 left in the second quarter, still very early in this football game, we've got a 1-score game. 20th ranked Michigan at home here in the Big House took a couple of punches in Indiana's direction, but they haven't thrown in the towel yet, have the Hoosiers. They are ready to go here. It looks like to be about round 3. I see the card person walking around in the boxing ring with the card. These two teams facing off for supremacy in the Big Ten Eastern Division. 4-3 defense for Indiana. Good pressure. Unable to get the pass away is Patterson. That's his second incompletion. And now it's 2nd and long. We're going to give it back to Coach Ninja for further play-by-play.
From their own 25-yard line. 2nd down.
Walker in the backfield. Quarterback Patterson under center. He's got some time in the pocket. Catch and out of bounds to Tariq Black.
Down, I wouldn't be surprised to see them come back to that play.
You know, I guess the question then is, Coach Krieg, can Coach Spectre get a scholarship with the USC soccer team? I think that might be the answer to your question. A solid stop prevents more yards after on 1st down, 2nd and 6 now, as the Hoosiers are on defense. Wide receiver motions left to right. And the handoff is to the halfback, and he makes it all the way through the defense. Kareem Walker, 59-yard run for the touch.
And he hits the PAT. A 4-play, 74-yard drive, and a touchdown as a result.
You know, you always prepare your offense to think that we're going to have some success. These guys got to be coming over the sidelines after touchdown.
Coach Krieg, A, it's called crew. B, it used to be what the Romans made slaves do. So, you know, if you aspire to be a Roman slave, then rowing is great for you.
It's not a row, man. Aggressive. Be aggressive.
It was a pretty one-sided first quarter, but I wouldn't be surprised if things changed in a big way before halftime. They'll spread the field here. Let's see what the defense does with a 5-wide outlook.
Majette with the reception on the drag route, but runs right into 2 defenders. He gets 2 yards, none of them after the catch. But he holds on to the ball really goddamn well for the amount of weight that got thrown at him right after. Once again, empty. Majette in the shotgun. Ooh. And with the drop, it's 3rd and 8 now for the Hoosiers.
3rd and 8. Ball on the 27. He's in trouble.
Ramsey can't extend the play long enough. Accidentally calls no huddle.
Here's the call from the referee.
Delay of game, offense.
Little stumbles like these can kill your offensive progress.
So they've moved him back, and it's 4th and long.
Indiana forced to punt after the Michigan 3-and-out. It's a battle of field position here in the second as there's a shanked punt. Gives good field position when the ball goes out of bounds.
So their last drive resulted in 6 points. Do you think we'll see the same result on this one?
They ran the ball extremely well on their last drive, and until this defense figures out how to stop it, I think they'll have no problem moving the ball down the field.
Touchdown, Michigan! Three rushing touchdowns on the ground today for this young man.
This offense has just been running over the defense with the ground game. If they can't shore up the rushing attack soon, then this game is going to get ugly.
He splits the uprights with the extra point. And it looks like they're ready for the kickoff. Nice kick, plenty of distance. It's still only the second quarter. We've got a lot of football left, but I've got to say, this one is teetering on the brink of a blowout. In the shotgun and 5 wideouts.
Hobbs, he didn't have the half step before the pass was thrown, but by the time he caught it, he did. And that makes it 2nd and 5 as we see the hurry up now from the Hoosiers with 2.5 left to go in the first half. Philor trailed by 2 defenders. Gets 3 yards. It's 3rd and 2 now. We see a no huddle and some audibles from Ramsey and the Hoosiers. And all he asks for is the first down, and Derek Hobbs says, yes, I will do that for you.
First and 10, ball on the 37. The offense going to try to open this field up, coming out in a 5-wide set, and the defense counters with their dime look.
Sean Bonner with a good secure. And we see more hurry up from the Hoosiers. Freifogel, a good secure. They call it short. It's 3rd and 1 with a live clock.
They'll spread the field with 5 wide.
Oh. Michigan calls timeout because it's 4th and inches. That an unfavorable spot makes Indiana consider whether or not they're going to spend one of their timeouts. It's not their timeouts, one of their 4th downs. They get 12 for the season. They've been judicious. Let's see how aggressive they are, down by 3. Scores.
It's 4th down, and the offense is getting set to go for it. Kind of surprising here that they didn't elect to punt. I don't agree with this call.
Well, you're wrong. As Majette gets the run, 8-yard gain. Fantastic play call, productive play call. 8 yards into enemy territory now. 1:08 in the live clock. Hobbs can't turn up field, but it stops the clock at 1:03. A lot of players in the middle of the defense. As we see an audible. Great run blocking. 6 yards makes it 3rd and 2 and starts the clock moving as we have no huddle from these Hoosiers. Hobbs in space. The 2-yard drag turns into a 12-yard gain. It stops the clock momentarily as they respot the ball to the 26.
the 11th play of the drive.
Got enough plays to throw it away.
1st and 10 now from the 26-yard line. 40 seconds left to go in the half.
Oh, no.
Oh, ball is underthrown. It is picked off by Thomas.
They're going to have to make some changes in a hurry, or else this game will be over by halftime.
Defense, hey, right now, moment, you got to stop them. Right now. They're in 2-minute drill, so they're all out past.
First down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 47. He's out of bounds around the 44.
4 yards out of bounds. Stops the clock at 28.
That makes it 2nd and 6.
From the 44-yard line, it's 2nd down.
Oh, God, David.
And he's knocked out immediately after the catch.
This passing game can be very effective if you don't get enough pressure on the quarterback. They use their personnel well and can be very tough to defend.
It's all right. Lots of silence. We know what they like to do.
From the 33-yard line, first down.
Happy Friday.
He steps out.
Collins again, 7 yards out of bounds. Stops the clock at 20 seconds.
That'll bring up 2nd and 3.
2nd down, and they're going to need about 3 yards to pick up the first down.
Tight end motions left to right.
Gets it. He's in space.
And Walker out of the backfield with space.
16-yard line.
The Wolverines call a timeout after the first down.
First and 10. Ball on the 16.
Spread, weak. 4-down lineman defense. Collins 6 yards, and then
5 yards with that catch. Michigan's out of time.
Michigan calls a timeout with 5 seconds left. It's 2nd and 4 from the 11. And they put the kicking unit on the field.
It was a 3-score
He
game.
gets
It's
it
still a
up, and
3-score
the
game.
field goal is good.
We'll go for 2. The rest of the way under these circumstances.
With only a few ticks left on the clock before halftime, I would expect they'll just squib kick this one.
That is, in fact, legal, to my understanding.
This one, great kick. He's to the 10. Tackle
Okay,
made at the 10.
half. You need one.
So we've played 2 quarters. Michigan leads it 31-7.
We played 30 minutes. Glad to have you with us on the EA Sports NCAA Football 14 halftime show presented by Nissan. Innovation that excites. David Pollack and I here in the studio to break down everything that just happened in your game. This margin at halftime is not at all what we expected to see between 2 evenly matched teams. This game's gotten a ton of attention leading up to it. How easy is it, David, for a team to kind of get let down after getting all of that attention after a first half like this?
I kept hearing Reese Davis and Kirk Herbstreit and Nestler talk all week about how this game was going to be so good. And now I'm in this game and I'm getting kicked around and I got no response for it. So I think once you're told that you belong on this stage and you've been told that your team is great, you got to prove it. And if you don't step up and prove it, now you're down 3 scores at the half. I mean, you won't be favored in many games, and there won't be many guys on TV talking about how good you are and how evenly matched, because right now, you're outclassed.
We've done what we can do here at halftime. Time to get you back out to the second half. We'll keep an eye on everything going on in college football. Brad Nessler and Kirk Herbstreit ready with a call.
Quick look at some halftime stats here. It is 31-7. First downs are 4-10 in favor of Indiana, who is losing at the moment by a number of scores. Total offense is 267, which is not a tremendous amount for Michigan, to 174. However, the rushing game for Indiana has been unproductive at 25 yards. Teams are actually relatively comparable at 164 to 149 on passing. It is 3 interceptions that have done a considerable amount of damage to the Indiana Hoosiers. Five wide receivers for Ramsey as he lets the clock run down. Waits for Freifogel to get into the flat. He gets 5 yards and is tapped out of bounds.
That brings up 2nd and 5.
From their own 30-yard line, it's 2nd down. Trying to get it to the tight end, but it falls to the
Tight end gets his hands on it, but falls out as he tries to catch the low pass. It's now 3rd and 5 for the Hoosiers.
It's 3rd and 5. Ball on the 30.
Ooh, an aggressive pass out from left hash to right flank deep into coverage, but over the coverage. Gets a great 15-yard pass. You don't normally see that from Indiana. A real aggressive play into enemy territory.
From the 48-yard line. First and 10. He's going to try and scramble. He's rolling right. That's a great tackle at the 39.
Trying to extend the play, gets a big sack for the Wolverines. It's going to be 2nd and 23. The Hoosiers going to have to claw some of that back right now.
So the sack makes this a 2nd and long. Quarterback all by himself in the backfield with 5 wideouts. And he tackles him hard at midfield.
10-yard reception makes it 3rd and 13. Cuts about half out of the needed yards after that big sack.
So we're looking at another 3rd down here. They'll line up
5 wide receivers, Ramsey in the shotgun, 3rd and 13. Ramsey scrambles out. He's got green space. He likes it. Goes out of bound. He needed a 13. He got 15 standing up. Untouched.
Move up the side and let the man go through. Let the man go through. Move up the side and let the man go through. Let the man go through. Move up the side and let the man go through. Let the man go through. Move up the side and let the man go through. Let the man go through.
First and 10. Ball on the 36. He's tackled right
A fantastic 10-yard run from Mike Majette. Great call on first down to get that play. That was a good win to get to the 26-yard line for Indiana.
from the 26-yard line. It's first down.
Shotgun normal. Looks like a read option here. Quarterback keeper wide open and slides. That's the number 2 quarterback for the Indiana Hoosiers, making the good play, heads up play. It's all hands on deck here at the Big House, as Indiana is behind 31-7. They're in the red zone again. They want to come away with points. Mike Majette with a 3-yard run. Moves it to 2nd and 7.
They're at the 8. 2nd down.
And the screen to Gesh inside of the defender. A brilliant play.
And the quarterback stays on the field as they try for the 2-point conversion.
And down by this score, we're going to see a 2-point conversion attempt here from Indiana. And it's picked, and it doesn't go for the 2.
The kicker looks like he's ready to kick this one off. He sends this one deep.
Deep into the end zone, no return.
You know, they practiced all week this week, and they told us yesterday, Brad, that they felt pretty good about what they put in, the plan that they had. And I think now that you see them playing today, it's no wonder they felt so good.
The quarterback leads the offense back out onto the field as we get set to resume play. Tackle around the 26-yard line.
That brings up 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 coming up here. Ball on their own 26. He's taken down.
Back-to-back plays. The Wolverines try to hand it off to Walker. And Walker has short gains, makes it 3rd and 6, a chance for an out. And the corner gets the deflection, almost an interception, but you know what? They're going to take it, force the punt here. Indiana down 13-31, halfway through the 3rd.
Waiting for the snap. Booming kick.
Guest catches it.
He's taken down at the 24-yard line.
Only gets about 3 yards on the return. starting on their own 24 now.
It doesn't start to look over his shoulder, wondering if, in fact, they might be thinking about pulling the trigger. So far, his offensive coordinator is believing in him, but he better get going here in a hurry.
The offense ready for the first play of this drive. They moved the ball extremely well on their last possession on their way to the end zone.
Woods jumps the route for the 4th pick of the game for the Wolverines.
This defense is full of playmakers. They force the quarterback to make tough throws that he doesn't want to make.
Son of a bitch! Give me a drink! Son of a bitch! This can't play me! Son of a bitch! If I can't get clean, I'm gonna drink my yeah.
Here they come.
Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. And another one gone. And another one gone. Another one bites the dust. Hey, I'm gonna get to do. Another one bites the dust. Shoot up.
Great job by the Hoosier defense to make it to 3rd and 10 here. Trying to get the out.
Ball on the 22-yard line.
Oh, man, right there.
Into a narrow window. Just a sliver. It's 1st and goal now from the 4.
Very sure of himself on that play.
Let's go.
Got to be careful of a pass play with this defense.
Oh. Drifted.
So the old
Find another
counter
play.
gets 2, maybe 3
Back
yards.
and full right here. He's got the guess correct.
We've got 2nd and goal. About a yard to Pater.
Boom. Boom.
And a huge tackle for loss to make it 3rd and goal from about the 6.
We know they're passing. We know they're passing. It's 3rd and mile. We know.
Perfect defense for the toss. Great play on 2nd down by Indiana.
Well, let's see what they do here. It's 3rd and goal from the 6.
Yes.
You don't want to ever give your opponent a second chance, but that's exactly
Incompletions and a great defense hold the Wolverines to 3. After the pick, that's a win for the Hoosiers.
Kicks away, and it splits the uprights. Michigan kick this one off. He kicks it off, and he got all of that one. And it sails out of the end zone for a touchback. The Hoosiers have just gone ice cold on offense. They can't seem to get anything going.
right now they just have to forget the score, forget the clock, just go out there and try to get a 1st down, try to hope to build a little bit more confidence and continuity on this offense.
The offense comes out to start this drive, and they're hoping for a better result as they threw a pick on their last possession.
And we'll see how aggressive this defense is when they come back out. I would be surprised if they kept up the pressure to try to fluster this quarterback some more.
Tackle made right around the 32-yard line. 7 yards there.
Hey, they picked up a nice gain of 7 yards on that play. Great pass.
5 wide. He's on the run. Tough throw on the run and caught. Brought down around the 38-yard line.
Thomas with the tackle at the 38-yard line. First down.
The quarterback in the gun with 5 receivers.
Red 2, green 9. Green 9.
confidence in his arm, Kirk.
It sure looks that way. That was well covered by the defense, and he still got it in there.
They'll spread the field with 5 wide. Here's the throw, and I don't think he got anything on that.
Sims brings him down at the 43-yard line. That'll make it 2nd and 7.
Here we go. X7. Hey, kill. Black 5.
He scrambles. Throws it, and it's tipped away.
When you play the quarterback position, you have to be able to read the defense and look off defenders. He didn't really do that on that pass. He was lucky it was only a tip and not a pick.
Down now, and they need to get it down to the 36. They come out in a 5-wide set. He's tackled at the 29-yard line.
Gain of 14 yards. First down.
Dog 4. Green 9.
He's scrambling, going for it all to the end zone, and they intercept it. The junior safety.
Wills makes the interception.
1 more quarter to play. Michigan's got a 3-touchdown advantage. Welcome back to the action here as we resume play here in quarter number 4. And he's tackled around the 35-yard line.
I'll tell you what, this defensive coordinator is not afraid to send the house. He brought every linebacker, and the quarterback was still able to convert the first down.
From their own 35-yard line, first down. And he's stopped behind the line.
He was never able to get ahead of steam on that carry.
That makes it 2nd and 10.
Throws it out right to the running back. Tackled around the 41-yard line.
Any offense is predicated on being able to move efficiently like this.
That'll bring up 3rd and 4.
So it's 3rd down now, and they're going to need about 4. He's at midfield, makes it to the 44.
Gain of 15 yards. That's good enough for another Michigan. First down.
For the first down. To the 10. Spectacular play, and now it's 1st and goal. First and goal from the 2, and they can smell the end zone. They get in, touchdown.
Michigan breaks the 40 mark
simple. No.
And he tacks on the extra point. A nice six-play, 80-yard drive. And they come away with 7 points.
Brad, I thought that was a textbook drive. I thought they did a really good job of showing balance, mixing the play calling with the run and the pass. Just an overall well-executed touchdown drive.
They can still lose to Ohio State. You know it?
Their last drive ended with an
Here's the
interception.
undefeated one.
We're about to find out what the defense can do this time.
So much in football is about how
Okay,
you respond
we got a
to
tie right
adversity. Moving
Don't
forward
make it a
after
tie.
a turnover is a
They
perfect
lose to Ohio
example
State,
of
you're
that.
back on
Makes
that.
the catch, and he's got nowhere to go.
Yeah,
So
because they have one more loss.
They didn't get much there.
And that's
Yeah,
because
two
the
losses.
defense
This
was
would be
just
one for
waiting on it, and they attacked. The quarterback should have found somebody else downfield.
They come out in an empty backfield.
But you got to beat Ohio State and Penn State.
Throws into double coverage.
Anthony with his 3rd pick of the game.
The only way you're beating Penn State, Ohio State is other than turnovers.
So a great play by the defender to give his team 6 points.
That was a very good play, and that will certainly help build his team's momentum.
And he converts the extra point. And it looks like they're ready for the kickoff. And he got all of this one. Great kick. He's to the 10. And he's taken down at the 19. Let's see how the defense responds now, coming off that big play just a moment ago.
This quarterback needs to be a little bit more careful because this defense is excellent on capitalizing off of mistakes.
Here comes the pressure. Stays in bounds to make a nice catch.
That's good for a gain of 13 yards. That makes it 1st and 10.
Looks for the tight end, but they can't hook up.
Dawson was the intended receiver on the play. That makes it 2nd and 10.
Second down and 10 to go. Ball on their own 32. Empty backfield. Quarterback in the gun. 5 wide receivers. Zips it to the tight end. He's to the 40. He's taken down right around the 44-yard line.
That's a gain of 12 on the play. 1st down.
They'll line up with 5 wide receivers.
Indiana continuing the no huddle now. Scrambling out, looking for space, gets tripped.
And they get the sack. They're really having a tough time slowing down this pass rush.
Sure, couple plays. Got to go that no.
That's a nice 2nd and 1.
Okay. If you're side of the minute, you may as well take it all.
They find themselves in a hole here after that sack. It's 2nd and long.
The handoff to Guest gets a gain of about 7. Makes it 3rd and 12.
That brings up 3rd and 12.
Yeah, we got something to work
with. 3rd down now, and they need to get it inside the 46.
Quick throw to Westbrook, a good catch, but not enough yards to makes it 4th and 7. Indiana choosing not to spend one of their precious fourth down attempts puts the punting unit on the field.
Hangs it up high.
Ooh, Collins dodges the first man by getting there for the catch in time.
Around the 29-yard line. And for Collins, he's had a memorable day in the receiving department.
You know, Brad, he's just one of those go-to guys. And when he catches fire, there's just not a lot of defense can do to slow him down.
He's blowing big holes through them on a clip of over 20 yards a grab. Both teams are playing out the stretch here. You want to get experience for guys who normally don't get in the game and try to avoid injuries.
Tight end Muhammad gets a first down.
At the 40. We've got a 1st and 10. Ball on their own 40. Michigan looking to put this game away if they score here. Caught with room to work. Out of bounds around the 37-yard line.
He had a couple of freight trains coming at him, but when they blitzed, it created a hole in the coverage, and they took advantage of it.
Walker attempts to get to the outside and is stopped short. It's 2nd and 6.
That makes it 2nd and 6.
It's 2nd down, 6 to go. Ball on the 33-yard line. Nice run there. Walker picks up about 4 yards on the play.
That'll bring up 3rd and 2.
Well, a nice stop there late in the 4th quarter, but this game, quite frankly, has been over for a long time, and I'm ready for it to end. A great stop there, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Before you start to blame the offensive line, really give this defense some credit. They just did a great job.
It's 4th down. They're going to try a long field goal here. This is to add to an already impressive lead. Kick is up, and he splits the uprights. The defender wanted a head start, and they certainly got him for it.
Defense.
And he's got to be happy about that kick.
Oh, no question. This kid is just a solid kicker.
So the score now, Michigan 51, Indiana 13. Everyone's all lined up and ready for the kickoff. He's to the 10. He's tackled at the 12-yard line. And for Hutchinson, he's been a force for this defense.
So this is the kind of guy that
A great first quarter, but a rough rest of the game for Indiana as they get outdistanced by Michigan, 51-13. They fall to 6-1, and actually that's tying Michigan in the Big Ten. So it's still all to play for. It's just competitive. Bad news today, it is all about what the rest of the games are, as there are now 2 teams tied for the Big Ten East. As Michigan does a good job of playing quality defense and consistent offense. Quality defense, consistent offense, the story of this Michigan Wolverines tonight.
It's 2nd and 7. Ball on the 16.
And that's your final, 51-13, Michigan over Indiana. Thank you for joining us. It's been a tough evening on both sides of the ball. Indiana with their toughest opponent to date on the road at the Big House. Thank you for joining us. This has been League 1, Season 14. This was Week 12, Part 2. And we hope you'll join us next week for Week 13. Where we will see in Week 13... Next week, we will see Syracuse at Wake, and Navy has a bye. And given other things, that game will probably take place on Thursday or Wednesday night. Because I'm not here on Friday. But Syracuse, we have one game next week for you on Twitch. It's Syracuse at Wake Forest. Wake, a 4-5 team, but that has a few really dangerous people. They've been Syracuse does not like going to Wake Forest. They've been a danger in the past. So thank you for joining us. We're happy to have you for this 2-part week this week. And we wish you the best coming up next week. Kick its ass.